Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you Elaine's before and after. So this is a really great story because from when she started to where she is now, so we can see that this is February 2015 and this picture over here, and then over here is February 2017. So this one over here is 2 years later. So Elaine told me that in this picture when she started, she was about I think she touched 190 pounds, okay, and started working with me shortly after that. Now, this picture over here is July 2016, about a year later, okay, and we're going to talk about her weight progress. And at this point over here, she was about 170 pounds because she did her body composition, and that's something I'm going to show you, okay? And then also in this picture right over here, so from July 2016 to September 2016, she lost another 10 pounds, but from September 2016 to this one over here, February 2017, you can see some differences. We're starting to see some abdominal muscles slimming out even further. You can see some changes along the waistline that this is coming in. But from September 2016 to February 2017, she is the same weight, both 160 pounds. So this is what's really interesting about this as we take a look. Okay, this is her body composition chart, and we can see some pretty big differences here. So what we want to notice here, this is her second picture. So you can see February 2016. So that's the second picture that we had seen. And that's where she's at 170 pounds. And then you can see her weight 160 and then again 160. Now remember the very first picture that you saw on the left, that was when she was 190 pounds. So from 190 down to 160. But what we want to notice too is these are the measurements because she had calipers done for body composition test, and I actually ordered some of those calipers so we could use them in the studio for people that may want to have this done. So you can see that the measurements that she has here, in her quad, she had 30. So what they do is they measure the skin fold. So they pinch the skin to see how much fat can they take, and then they take a measurement from there. So we can see that on her quads over here, she was at a 30 and a half. And then she went down to 23 and a half, and then 22 and a half. Another, phenomenal measurement is her abdomen. So she was at 30, okay, then gained an inch, but then dropped down to 20. But this part over here from September 2016 to February 2017, that's where she was both 160 pounds. So you can see that here, 160, 160. But we can see the change in the abdomen from 31 down to 20. Okay, so when people are sitting there saying, oh my gosh, the scale is the same, the scale is the same, I'm not losing any weight, they really have to pay notice to this because these are the changes that are happening, especially when we look down at the bottom, okay, down here. This is where she was at when she was 170 pounds, and this one over here, February 2016, she had 116 pounds of muscle, 53 pounds of fat weight, okay, and her body fat percentage was 31 and a half, okay. Then when we look here, trying to get that thing to go out of the way, for some reason it doesn't want to. So when we were here, then we can see from 116 pounds of muscle, she went to 115. She lost a little bit, okay, which is fine. That's not concerning because she also did lose 10 pounds. So of that 10 pounds that she lost, she only lost 1 pound of muscle. Her fat weight, okay, went from 53 and a half about down to 44.9. That's a pretty big difference. And her body fat percentage went from 31 and a half approximately down to 28%. Okay, then at this point, when she was still 160 pounds here, 160 pounds here, okay, even though this was, look at the dates, September 12th to February, she remained 160 pounds, but this is what you have to look at, okay? From here, she lost 44.9. She lost about 4 pounds, a little 4.5 pounds of fat. Okay, she gained 3 pounds of muscle. Okay, she also went from a body fat percentage of 28% down to 25.9. So she lost a good amount, another 2% of body fat. Okay, then look here, from her abdomen, she went from 31 all the way down to 20. Okay, so these are very significant changes. Okay, there are other areas here. The mid-axilla, she lost from 17 down to 13 and a half. Her quads, she lost an inch in her quads. Okay, so you can see overall she was losing. These are the reasons why I tell everybody all the time, try not to focus just on the scale. Your win is not on the scale. Trust me on this. I say this so many times. And Elaine, when she first started with me back here in 2015, in February 2015, you have to remember, okay, she started with half a thyroid, okay, and the other half didn't work. So when she told me this, I said, this is going to be a long journey and you're going to have to be patient and it's going to take some work. She was also an undereater, okay, an undereater of the right stuff and possibly, now and again, maybe overeating the wrong stuff, which is what a lot of us do. But undereating really does do more damage than you think. It slows down the metabolism even more. Then the other factor is too, her stress hormones were extremely high, her cortisol levels were extremely high. And, she had she had disc issues in her neck. So training had to happen slow. There was a lot that she had to learn. Her endurance was extremely limited in the beginning. So it wasn't like we can come in and kill it and crush it in the gym and, build tons of muscle very quickly. We had to go slow because she had injuries. So taking all of this into consideration, I hope this makes sense to you as to why and we are going to start bringing the body fat composition into the gym. I'm going to have to figure out a way how to do that. But you can see the progression, okay, all the way through. And then this last picture being February. From now, this is the last picture she took was in February, and she is still losing weight. Okay, so she lost, I think, another 4 pounds. So we're going to take another picture and you'll see some even more definition going on now. But it took a bit of time for her body to start to get into the process of losing weight. Plus, she had, gained a significant amount of muscle. Plus, in this phase is when she was really able to start lifting a lot heavier. Okay. In the beginning over here, it was tough goings. Okay. It was tough going and there were some ups and downs. We hit some walls, but she pushed through, and she stuck with it. And I have to say, Elaine was one of the people that never missed a workout. She comes 3 times a week, has done it consistently for 2 years. Okay. She is 30 pounds down. And this is the most remarkable thing. She's 30 pounds down and it's mostly fat. Okay. She has not only maintained muscle, but she's gained muscle. This is true fat loss. I don't care what anybody says. Anybody can force the scale to go down, okay? But to be able to lose fat and maintain muscle and gain muscle in this process is quite an accomplishment. But that does not happen in 10 days. That does not happen in 3 months. That does not happen in 6 months, okay? This is a journey and it's a process, and she's doing it. Okay, and I have no doubt 100% that the next picture that you see is going to look even more ripped. Okay, and the one after that is going to be quite impressive. So Elaine is for sure clear on her way. There are no mental obstacles at this point. Nothing is getting in her way. And yes, she has her hiccups. She has her little things now and again, but they're short-lived and she gets back on the bandwagon. She doesn't beat herself up and she just keeps moving forward. Okay, but this person here is a very different mindset today than was this person here. And if you expect to go from this person here to this person here and not change your mindset, you've got another thing coming, because that's not how it works. Okay, when you first start, you change the insides first. That's what goes on in between your ears. Then the outside will change.